What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, here with another edition of Traditional Fans with Opinions, where I'll give my reviews for whoever I watched, read, or played today. And who are Traditional Fans with Opinions? That is myself, and that is you, the viewers. With all that being said, on with the reviews. Yaiba Samurai Legend 2025, Episode 17. So in this one, Yaiba and his group, they arrive in Hida Takayama. Basically, they're heading towards Kawa, Kawanakajima in order to get the water and gold orbs that were stolen by Goemon. So so while doing that, they come across a Jubei Yagyu Mitsuyoshi, who's a former student of Musashi. Now, Jubei's memories are a little hazy, and basically, it's been 350 years, I guess, since he's seen Musashi. So then basically it's revealed that so one of the things Jubei he's very serious, so he's willing to commit seppuku over the simplest things because he feels like he's disarmed himself. Like he doesn't recognize Musashi because Musashi was a lot younger when he last saw him. So yeah. So one of the things that happened is and Kojiro fights Jubei. Now it's not real. So basically, and he just like beat him. So Kojiro looks like Kojiro's back at I guess the Saka's house, looks like, or at a dojo or then yeah, so Kojiro's not around, not is like sidelined right now. So what we have right, so then basically Jubei like drinks with Musashi, but then he gets drunk, and it's like he has an alternate personality. Where he's drunk, it's like an assassin, and that's like and it's revealed that, and he turns to a werewolf. So it's revealed that he was resurrected by Onimaru. Basically, the drunk personality is like Onimaru's servant and is meant to like kill Yaiba. That's what the goal is. So once they beat him, Yaiba beats him. He sobers up. He doesn't remember anything. So yeah, they're just trying to so Jubei goes with them. They're like, okay, we just gotta not let him drink alcohol. So yeah. So overall, I really like this episode. That was really funny. Jubei's like interactions with everyone, and how like he always has a very high opinion on Musashi. And like, dude, the whole like if he gets drunk, that could be really funny. So this could be like a this could actually be really funny. Like I think Jubei could be a really funny episode team member. I've never read the manga or seen the old anime, but yeah, I thought this was a really good episode, and looking forward to the next one. Kaiju number 8, season 2, episode 3. So in this one, Kafka's still having issues like transforming to Kaiju number 8. Then you have all these Kaiju number 9 clothes going around, so you have Gin Narumi and Kikaru like trying to fight him off. Then we see some of Kikaru's like backstory. So her mother was like a very good member of the defense force, but she was killed. So Kikaru already wanted to join the defense force, like her parents did, but now like with her mother dead, like she really wants to do it and just straight up kill all of them. Like she wants to like kill all the the kaiju. And like yeah. So and so it's revealed the reason Kafka's not able to transform. It's because he's concerned about losing control and killing his squad mates. So yeah, I mean that's the reason. Understandable reason. Then Kikuru's like, "Don't underestimate me." Don't. It's like, no. Basically, yeah. So Captain's like, "All right." So he transforms the Kaiju Generate and starts fighting off all the but different Kaiju and starts wrecking people. So yeah, overall, I really like this episode. Looking forward to the next one. Phineas and Ferb, season 5, episode 13. So in this one, there's two segments. So the first segment, uh, Doofenshmirtz new and Nader like projects people's dreams onto the real world. So we see different dream like different monsters like from different people's nightmares and all that. Giant pair and all that. Basically, yeah, it's going to reality. So different like whatever when people are hit by the Nader, which like includes Phineas, Ferb, their friends and family. We see a lot of what their I guess nightmares are, and we see like all that happened, and so basically it's revealed at the end that Doof was dreaming the whole thing because Perry had stopped the air from working. Now, in the next segment, Doof tries to be the center of his own solar system, and Irving tries to like impress Phineas and Ferb by building something. So yeah, so we get that happening, and basically we see like how Candace in that one tries to like just be more lax about it, see if that helps her deal with whatever. And yeah, so and that basically it's you know yeah, and then obviously she can't keep up the it very long, the whole like being all lax thing, and but yeah, so I thought this was good. So there's like you see all the different nightmares people had, like kind of like the whole horror aspect. So you see all the different people's nightmares, and so that was interesting. And then you know, then basically we see and, all the stuff with Candace trying to be lax and it failing. Then the whole like Irving stats like because like his invention disappeared, just like Phase and Ferb's inventions and Baljeet's inventions. Yeah. And then basically that's it. Like so, yeah. I thought this was these are good episodes. Looking forward to the next one. Eyes of Wakanda. So this is a mini series that premiered on Disney Plus for the MCU. It's the first TV show for Phase 6 of the MCU. So basically, this gives the history of the Hotut Zeraze. Those are like some like covert Wakandan warriors sent out into like the outside world. So this is like anthology of some famous war dogs, as they're called. You know, in like on missions. So throughout history. So one of them. So first one you have like someone named Noni who is sent out to hunt this person called the Kadi, aka the Lion, who's like a former who's like a war dog who gone rogue, and she kills him and becomes a war dog. And another one, Bakai, who is using the alias Memnon. So in Greek mythology, Memnon is a Ethiopian like warrior. I think he's like a prince who fights Achilles. And in the myth, he's actually killed by Achilles. He's one of the two major like characters on Troy's side that's killed by Achilles, with of course Hector being the other one, definitely the more famous one. And of course, Achilles dies when Paris shoots him with the arrow on the heel. So in this episode, the episode with that, so Memnon or Bakai, basically he's a Wakandan war dog who's trying to whose entire purpose of fighting the Trojan War is to search for a Wakandan artifact that Helen of Troy has. And based on this, he's portrayed as being on the Greek side and being good friends with Achilles. So he goes there. Once basically the Trojan horses and everyone gets in, he steals the artifact from Helen and lets Helen and Paris escape. And during the battle, he had left Achilles for dead, so Achilles is pissed off. He's like, "Hey, what the heck?" It's like, and he runs around. He's like, "Wait, you did all this for that?" And he sees some of the power. He's like, "This will be Greece's." So Achilles and Bakai fight. So Bakai like cuts him at the heel. He doesn't kill him, but he does injure him. But then after a fight, Bakai kills Achilles and returns to like Wakanda where he had been gone for so long. He feels like a stranger and he wants to go back into the field. Yeah. And another one, angel named Basha, who's a little cocky. He had taken this statue from Kunlun, or at least a village near Kunlun, and that had this Wakandan like tech in it. Now, Dragon statue. So when he comes back, it's revealed that on this airplane in like the 1400s or whatever, the woman he was screwing over at that village in Kunlun named Drani, who is the Iron Fist in this era. Um, she had stuck aboard and basically starts attacking people, searching for a statue. So Basha and Ebo to deal with Jorani, and then basically due to like the you know Jorani being the Iron Fist, there's a power level issue. So Basha's like, well, we gotta come to an understanding. So basically, Jorani like rips off the Wakanda text from the statue and just takes the statue and gives the tech back to Wakanda. Say, hey, if you told me this, we could basically he was like, wait, we could have avoided all this if you had just done that. Yeah. So Basha, I guess, does have a lot of common sense. So then Basha and Eva lie to their superior officer and say that like, yeah, Eva was disguised as the intruder and was like doing the training exercise, surprise training exercise. And then Eva helps Drawny get out so that they can avoid international incident, all that. And the last one, yeah, Prince Tafari and an elder like war dog named Kuda. They're in this one, I guess, country, like trying to get this Wakandan axe. And then basically war dogs there to so there have been a bunch of Wakandan artifacts that were stolen, I guess, over the years. So I guess, Kunlun stole the one thing, in the third episode, like I guess 1,000 years before. And it's like the whole art, yeah. So yeah, then so Tafari and Kuda, they're approached by a Black Panther from the future. The Queen of Wakanda reveals that the alien race, the Horde, had attacked Earth, and Wakanda was very isolated. So this is like an alternate timeline. So yeah, okay, yeah. So basically, the due to that timeline change, so in the I guess a pre-existing timeline, Wakanda stayed isolated, didn't get involved. So and basically when the Horde attacked the Earth, all the other nations were destroyed, and Wakanda was the only ones left. And due to being isolated, they weren't strong enough to defeat the Horde. Whereas, and basically part of it was like getting the artifacts. So I guess the artifacts, some of the artifacts being left where they were, that like I guess could like lead to some changing to the timeline. So yeah, and then so we don't know. So basically, this Black Panther tells Tafari and uses the fact that Tafari's mother's pregnant with her fourth kid, which is only the royal family knows. That's how she's able to convince Tafari and Kuda to do it. So Tafari and Kuda, they return the axe to where they found it, and Tafari grows like he matures, like because he's like a cocky prince who's not in line for a throne, so he wants to be a successful war dog, fight for honor, basically make a name for himself. The whole like brag about his exploits, but now, while the Black Panther in, is dragged back to her timeline, has to fight back the Horde. Basically, Kuda and Tafari complete their new mission, and they lie to like the council and all that. That yeah, it was the axe was destroyed in battle. So you know they're like, well, you know. So as far as this, I mean, this is an interesting premise. So the idea of using like one like the in universe like Marvel agencies, like a Marvel specific agency, with experience of Wakanda lore, and like, yeah, okay, based on Wakanda's been doing like their CIA type stuff for years, and they've had this advanced technology. Now, while I being as advanced is like okay, um, yeah. So, but yeah, so during like, actually, now there's some issues with this. So, okay, if Wakanda had all this tech, how the frick was this son of it end up in the U.S. to where they can make Captain America shield out of it now, and then like yeah, I feel like they would have thought about some of their missions, and then there's some logic issues. So okay, so what's implied is that I guess the in the last episode that the what's called the episode that episode was called the last Black Panther. So I guess the last Black Panther traveled around time through some butterfly effect leads into Killmonger and T'Challa, all their stuff, and with Wakanda becoming more involved with the world, at least to I guess fighting off the Horde. So basically, that's what it is. So yeah, I mean Wakanda's very isolationist, for a while, and what? uh, So like there's some here, so I'm guessing this is supposed to help lead to the fact because my guess is now it could be a lot depends on where did Cap Shield, like where did that vibranium come from? Is that like some ancient vibranium from, I guess, like I'm shocked they didn't even try that. Say, yeah, this vibranium will become Cap Shield. You know, so yeah, and I mean, the Horde, that's like a major, that's a newer, like, alien species, relatively, like, they're like late 2000s, I think. You know, basically they're like the Celestials don't like them at all. So yeah, I was not a fan of the show. The animation sucked. The animation sucked. Like the voice acting, meh. I mean, some of it's like okay. So you have like a character speaking what kind of language, then going right in English. I was like, wait, why are you showing this in different languages? Like, couldn't you have done like say, hey, like saying that I guess in English when you hear in English is basically them speaking Wakanda, like how in Star Wars you have the concept of Galactic Basic, or basically it's whatever language you're hearing it in, that's Galactic Basic, basically. Or in Dragon Ball where you have the quote common tongue. But yeah, so there's some logic issues in the whole. So with the Achilles Minmon episode, so definitely the way things go for Achilles and Minmon's very different than the myth. Now, it's possible that I guess, and this should have been explained. It is possible that the last Black Panther, when she went back in time, changed things to where Achilles killed Memnon, like how it basically changed history to where the myth, like the myth ending, like in regards to Memnon and Achilles, that happened. That Achilles did kill Memnon, and you know, killed by the heel. Yeah, maybe that happens. Or you'll change to where Memnon had to be a spy in Troy, and that led to being killed. Who knows? Like who knows exactly what all changes had to be done? But it seems like there were some changes, like, and that should have been explained. It's like, okay, if you're gonna connect it to the other episodes, at least explain it. Like, there's some logic issues. Overall, I didn't think it was a great show. It's not like completely terrible. Like, it's not like it's some crap. It's not like it's complete garbage. Whatever. It's like it's not good, but it's not like completely terrible. It's forgettable. I'll probably forget what this was like in a few days or something. Like, I'll probably forget most of it. Like, but overall, it's a mid. It's not good, but it's like whatever. There was no need for this. The premise is interesting, but there's so much more they could have done that could make it interesting. Like, yeah. Trainwreck, Storm Area 51. So this is a two-part documentary series about the Storm Area 51 Facebook event that occurred, in 2019. Yeah, so basically, where some guy, like basically the guy Matty Roberts, who basically like just jokes around on face social media, whatever. Basically, puts some joke like a joke event of sign up to storm Area 51 to learn about the aliens. Yeah, and a lot of people, I guess, took it seriously, signed up, and Roberts was like, he only intended to be a joke, but it became like a serious thing. Where you had the locals of Rachel, Nevada, where Area 51 is believed to be near. Basically, yeah. So, and it was basically done to coincide with alien stock. Think it's some festival in Rachel, Nevada, because of Area 51 being nearby. And basically, of course, it goes out of hand with some of the locals and with some other people involved, and like you see all these like social media influencers get involved. Even so, basically, Roberts he was inspired by got the idea from like listening to I guess Joe Rogan's interview with Jeremy Corbell. Like that's where he says he came up with it, and also you watch Bob Lazar, and yeah, so basically the whole thing about if we Naruto run faster than the bullets, yeah, which I I only heard far as what I heard, I only really heard about some people were playing Story Area 51, but they ended up being nothing. Like I never even heard about like most of this stuff, like how big it actually got. Like I remember being a news story for a few days or whatever. Like I don't remember the extent. Like I never heard about the Naruto run part, but that might have because I was not into Naruto at the time. I wasn't really big into anime in 2019. It's not really until like 2020 where I really got into anime. That's the point, but yeah, so and it's like basically it was a whole meme. That, like the dude, like Roberts even got a visit from the FBI. and like there is so many people getting involved. It's like eventually, like so basically to avoid the potential legal issues, basically Robert said, "Hey, look, let's not do too seriously. We're gonna move this event to Las Vegas." Basically, it's a safety thing because in case like basically the military was very prepared to like and they spent to like because they were concerned about foreign agents infiltrating the basically the group of people quote storing Area 51 and potentially like trying to steal stuff from there, like steal like classified stuff from U.S. United States Air Force. So they were concerned about that, and they were concerned about people having weapons because someone did get caught with weapons on the way there, and they were ready. Look, if someone starts firing, we will. And basically, they basically were ready to like, if someone opened was gonna if like one of the people storing the airfield had was gonna open fire like on U.S. military personnel and basically pull out weapons. Uh, basically the people storing the like basically they said we will defend this place. Like the military warned them, and so when the quote storming, they stopped before I got the gate. And it was just a joke. And all the money spent, and not being needed, but they had to be prepared. And so you had the event and frick. Yeah, like you had the little festival in Rachel, Nevada. And then in Las Vegas. Basically, it was just a music festival. So this local dude who I guess was possibly gonna help, like with the basically there was this one local guy who was considering to help fund the one at Rachel, but due to a lot of potential legal problems, he convinced. That's how there was a festival in Vegas because he convinced Roberts to move to Vegas. Now, in the spirit of it, some people decided to keep in Rachel, and basically one of the local, I guess, bar owners was really pissed off about it being moved to Vegas, and she was like, basically, since Lazo wasn't contractually obligated, guy got away. Like, there's only so much you can do. There's not a full on contract, so like, yeah. So like, basically, everything went off like with no money issue. Like, so some people had to owe a bunch of money, and then like basically like yeah, there was like a big bill, a lot of people to pay. There's some lawsuits about it, and yeah, basically, and yeah. So overall, I thought it was like this was a really good documentary series. I thought it was really good. How it's just about how stupid it all got, how big it was. It was like it was a meme that ended up being taken too seriously, and so thankfully no one got hurt. Like no one, well, thankfully no one died or anything that had been bad. But yeah, overall, I thought this was like in the real life, but as far as this documentary, I thought this was a really good documentary about it. So yeah, I recommend watching it on Netflix. Trainwreck, Balloon Boy. So this is a documentary about the whole Balloon Boy thing with which was about with the kid Falcon Heen, who was believed to for a period of time been stuck inside of like a I guess inflatable like balloon thing that was meant to look like a flying saucer. There's only wasn't. He was sleeping in the attic. There was a whole thing about it potentially being a hoax by the parents to get because basically I guess the parents were on a wife swap and like this was this was a way for them to get like a potential TV deal. Which yeah. So this goes into everything like so you see the kids, those were like little kids there, who are all like adults now. Like, you know, based how everything happened, how like when Falcon said did for the show, he was saying it was in response to like it was because of some journalist was asking him or camera was asking him how like he got into the act, explain it for the show. guess he was feeding that. I don't know. I mean, the kid was sick, so the guy was sick, so it is possible for that to be the case. But who knows? It is possible this is a hoax. The whole thing was a hoax. I honestly don't know. Like, look, like and the whole deal with like the mother Mayumi Heen, like potentially not being able to speak English well, which I don't know. I mean, look, she basically got a degree in English. From what I saw, basically in the document said she got a degree in English and spent some time in the U.S. So there shouldn't be a big language barrier. I mean, there shouldn't. So I don't know, and the lawyer who helped him out, who basically had overturned a false murder conviction, basically he helped him out and did pro bono because he was like, we can work out details there, but let's make sure like the cops aren't screwing you over. Basically, that's what it was. And I guess some of the cops in the area did not like this lawyer. Like, I guess he was well known for not being well liked by cops. So yeah, and as far as this was actually a good documentary about it. About how insane it all went during the all like due to all the media coverage. How things just got worse for the family. Like I think it was like they tried to move, and like and like the father, so he pled guilty because the wife was allegedly pressured. Like, so basically, there's a chance. What the Heen family claims is that basically the reason Richard took the guilty plea is because basically Mayumi was going to be deported. His kids were being deported if he had to take the guilty plea. That's what the Heen family claims. And that, now Mayumi still got charged with, misdemeanor, all that. Richard had to spend some time in jail. Basically, they arranged things to where, like, the parents could still be able to take care of the kids. So, like, Mayumi got, like, it was like weekend jail, it was just weekends only. Or something, I think that's what it meant. And then community service outside jail. And so, like, yeah, so basically, so was this a whole hoax? I can't say. Maybe the parents were genuinely, maybe it wasn't, and it just maybe it was like the parents didn't know where he was. They were concerned. They were concerned that he was in the balloon, and when he wasn't, and they found basically it just spiraled it. Honestly, like it makes everyone look like freaking idiots. Like really, you had law enforcement searching the house. No one thought to look in the attic. Like, did no one actually think to look in an attic? Yeah, yeah. That just screams stupid. But as far as this documentary goes, I thought this was a really good documentary. Looking forward to see what else Trainwreck does. And that's it. Did y'all like the stuff I reviewed? And if you have your own opinions about all that, you can put all that in the comments. Thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, and all that. And look forward to the next video.